Hello, in today's video, I'm sharing with you some goodies from my last Sephora haul. Every new season, I love changing out my skincare routine as well as my makeup look. For this haul, I did some in store, some online. There are some straightaway winners as well as just some picks that I wouldn't get again and even some stuff that I'm returning. So I just want to share that with you, things that may not be worth the price, as well as some of the key items that I think I'm going to just be wearing on repeat. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video where I show you how I got rid of my melasma and the product that I'm currently using to keep it off. I'll start with one of the winners, which is the Ilia Super Serum. That's also an SPF, which is amazing. I love it when skincare has SPF already and it's not something extra that you need to do, because I feel like it's just overwhelming to go through all your serums and creams and mists and setting spray, concealer, all the things, and then also put on sunscreen on top of it. The first time I wore it, I was not impressed because I didn't shake it, and that is an absolute must when using this product. I put it on and it just wasn't sitting well. It was not covering, it felt a little runny. I was like, why is this an award-winning product? Then I read the instructions one more time. You have to shake it. And the reason you do is because it's power packed with anti-aging super ingredients like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and squalene as well. Shake it, rub it in your hands, and then make sure to just like absorb it. Like just you put it on with your hands. Don't use a beauty blender just yet. It really kind of helps even it out. Just like rub it everywhere. And it just makes your skin look super dewy. My mom actually noticed it right away, which I always know is a winner because she's a skincare fiend. And she was like, I need one of those immediately. If you're not going to the store, then online has a great way to kind of match it. I actually got mine online. I matched my skin perfectly. My color is the ST4 Formosa. If your veins look blue under your skin, then you're a cool tone. If they look green, then you're warm. And if you've got a little bit of both, then you're neutral. Next up, I want to show you two very, very different palettes. One by Charlotte Tilbury, the other by Pat McGrath. And both eyeshadows are new for me. I hadn't gotten either eyeshadows before. So I'll start with the Pat McGrath, which is the most dramatic one. So I tried this palette. It's their mothership, and they have a few other motherships, and it's just very dramatic eyeshadows. They're very saturated. They're very shiny. So it's really fun if you are an eyeshadow person, you love playing around with your different looks. These are so many possibilities. I've actually used this one and this one the most, which is hilarious because usually I tend to be very neutral. The other kind of thing that I figured out lately is that if you put a little brush in micellar water, then you can use any eyeshadow as eyeliner. So I've just dipped it in. I've used this as an eyeliner just to make it like a nice like little graphic look, just for like a pop of color. If you're looking for lots of looks and different ways to kind of shake up your summer eye palette, then definitely check this out. They also have quads that make it a little bit less expensive. This is, I believe it's $135, so it's quite an investment. As I think run at about like maybe like $60 to $70. Their website has a ton of different ways to kind of get your feet wet with some of these palettes and check out like the different ways to mix all the different colors up. And very, very different is this Charlotte Tilbury Nudes palette. And this is the day and this is the night, but to be honest with you, I kind of just mixed it up quite a bit. These are very different. They're like just kind of, I'm actually wearing a combination of these right now. I don't know, like a run-of-the-mill palette, like I'm not super impressed. Like it could be any eyeshadow USA. I wouldn't know that it's like Charlotte Tilbury. It doesn't feel like super special to me. It does last all day, which is nice, but I feel like most eyeshadows do, so it's not like a big differentiator. I think it was extremely pricey for what it was. I think it was like $75 or something like that. And there's not a ton of eyeshadow in there. It's very, very thin visually and also like the thickness of it. So these are not gonna last very long at all. I definitely won't be buying these again, but I have been using them just because I really wanted to give it a fair shot and have like also a very matte eyeshadow looks that are very different from the Pat McGrath that are full of like the shine and the gloss and stuff. So just something to keep in mind. The colors are not anything special. I might save my money on this if I were you. Very alternatively speaking are these two Charlotte Tilbury eyeliners that I am in love with. This first one is just a beautiful green kind of gold metallic that complements this other green kind of matte. So this is more of a forest green, this is more of a metallic sage, and I think this looks so beautiful, like inside the rim. As an accent color. And same thing with this blue. This is a metallic blue and this is a matte blue. I use the metallic blue all the time on my rim just to add a pop of color and not like have it just make me look too 70s because I kind of have a thing for blue eyeshadow, which doesn't make any sense because it doesn't look good on me. I got my fix in wearing this. These are winners. The consistency is beautiful. They just slide on like as if they were like pre-warmed or something. I love them. You can't go wrong with these. Likewise are these little color shadow kohl by Charlotte Tilbury. This one is a beautiful kind of green. I use this a lot instead of an eyeliner. Like I just use it like a liquid liner just kind of across my lid. And also this brown one, they call it an eyeshadow stick. If you use it as an eyeshadow, it makes for a very, very thick, pronounced look. So I think for a nighttime look, if you have an event, very dramatic, I wouldn't use this during the daytime personally. I also found that it doesn't blend super well, so you can't like diffuse the saturation. It really is quite thick. The other thing to keep in mind about these is that you need a dedicated Charlotte Tilbury sharpener, which I do not have. So I've been kind of like makeshift sharpening it with the sharpeners that I do have, and it kind of makes for a jagged look, but I'm like, I just don't feel like buying more sharpeners. I feel like that must be a great margin maker for them. But a couple more Charlotte Tilbury things. This lip collagen bath, which I'm wearing now actually. The little kit comes in 3 and I just use them interchangeably. This is obviously a little bit more peachy, but I kind of stick one in my handbags and I had to collect them right now. They definitely have a little bit of spice and mint just to kind of make your lips a little bit more plump and shiny looking. I really like the shape of the applicator instead of the rounded one. I feel like it goes on a lot better. But these are great if you love a good shine. And it also lasts a long time for a gloss. I feel like sometimes the glosses just 30 minutes and they're just gone. These hold on for at least a couple hours. So I really like them. Kind of along the same page as a Too Faced lip injection. This one is really spicy and I do notice that my lips get significantly bigger with it. So if you want more of a pop and you just kind of want very plump, luscious lips, then try it out. Definitely works. While we're on the lip gloss subject, I just want to show you my Merit Beat Color. This is a beautiful, pretty, sublime, clean lip gloss that has a cult following. And I don't know why, because it just soaks immediately into your lips. I want to love it. The color is beautiful. I love the brand itself. I actually have a whole video dedicated to a review of their entire line. But this just doesn't last. I feel like the only way that you can make this last is if you put like a lip balm on before to really saturate your lips and moisturize and hydrate. If you put this over, then you've got a fighting chance to wear it maybe for an hour max, but it definitely soaks right in and it fades super fast, but it looks beautiful. So a little bit more Merit. This is the Beverly Hills all-purpose kind of like blush. It goes on beautifully. It's clean. It gives you that kind of like natural rosy youth glow. And you can't really go wrong with any color. I just wanted a very peachy kind of golden tune. You know, like the Riviera Orgasm NAR stick. It reminds me a lot of that, except it's clean. A little bit more Pat McGrath. And actually, I think this sold out, but if you like it, then Pat McGrath still has it available on their site. This is just a highlighter palette, and it's like little powders that are kind of like a combination powder cream substance, and they are quite dramatic, very like glossy. They just kind of make your skin look extra, you know? Like, you know, sometimes these pictures come up on your Instagram screen, you don't know why the skin looks so luminous on the light, like it's because of this stuff. One of them's really golden, one of them's more of like a sunny champagne, and the other one is kind of like an iridescent pink. So all 3 of them are quite different. And I just kind of mix them around, like either like right above my cheekbone or on my brow bone, or even like down the middle of my nose, just to like create more of a highlight. Like, I feel like with highlighter, one makeup artist told me that you want to put it wherever the sun would hit you. So that's always kind of my guiding light with highlighter. Now, one of the disappointments from Pat McGrath was the Bridgerton, which I wanted to love because I love Bridgerton, was the Bridgerton collaboration with this. The packaging is so cute. It's got this little bow. Like, I wanted to love it. The color is just a nice, innocent pink looking. I just didn't love the way it sat on my lips. It kind of creased in them. It wasn't super saturated. Just nothing remarkable about it whatsoever for the price. But if you love the packaging and you want just like a subpar lipstick, It is fine. I think I was just expecting a little bit more from a very pricey lipstick. Okay, I don't know what happened to the top, but I want to show you this Estee Lauder Perfectionist. This stuff is incredible. And now I'm always resistant to Estee Lauder. I feel like it's such a older brand. There's nothing new and sexy about it. But my mom, who has amazing skin, said, Zeba, you're gonna wanna try this. And I have used a Perfectionist, just the purple, the ones in the purple case before, and it really helps smooth out my fine lines and wrinkles. Like it's almost like an airbrush. It's really cool. But this one, what I've noticed, it has really brightened my skin, kind of the way that SK2 does. So I have melasma, or I have had melasma in the past, and I used SK2 to get rid of it. I have a whole video dedicated on melasma, so check it out. But this kind of just does everything at once. It also has vitamin C. I just noticed that my skin looks kind of like transparent. It's really, really nice. Like earth-shattering news, like everybody knows Estee Lauder. It's kind of like a clunky makeup brand. I feel like I re-grew up like walking through it in department stores, but this really works. And I think that if you struggle with melasma or like dull skin, fine lines and wrinkles, you should give it a try. So for some ideas on how to use some of these products and maybe some little beauty hacks and tips, make sure to check out my last beauty video, as well as my melasma video, where I share with you how I got rid of my melasma, which was very prevalent. It was very annoying because it just popped through my skin and made me very self-conscious. If you had fun with me today, make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you really soon.